Hello. It is February 21st. It's Friday. Oh my God. Only one more week in February, and then it's March. How about that? January, February, March. Woo! This first quarter is screaming by pretty quickly, yes. Yeah. Friday, the 21st. And what's going on this week? Well, remember the guy that we saw a live video where he popped up out of nowhere as the CEO of a healthcare provider, United Healthcare CEO, young guy, you know, like under 60. When you're CEO, one of the world's largest healthcare providers, insurance companies, and you get shot down dead at like 6:45 a.m. right in front of, you know, a major hotel in Manhattan. And yeah, he gets carried away. Well, he's in court today, facing federal charges for shooting somebody. There you go. Oops. There's his. And they got him strapped down pretty tight. So, Luigi Mangione. I guess he's had a few Italian meatballs. What do you think? Gotta be Italian. So here's the yeah. Look at that. Here's the travel version of the soundboard that I'm presently using. This holds up to 4 different devices. You see the 4 different sliders. They're color coded. The first 2 are microphone inputs. Then you can have, you know, a guitar input and another input. I'm presently using 4. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. The third one is background music. Epidemic Sound Instrumental, or royalty-free accompanying music. Yeah, why not? Yeah. There you go. So you got the telephone that can be connected. Yeah. Forgot about that. Although the telephone can be connected with what do you call it? Bluetooth. There you go. Of course, as you know it, Jimmy's got both of them. I'm presently speaking through this one. And this is the portable one. Strasser was going to have me. He said, "Oh yeah, I want you Monday." We're gonna. So I get all prepared, equipment-wise, to go to his office to record. I think it was his office in his conference room to record a deposition that was going to be, you know, a legal thingy. He's a world-class surgeon, and he's also got a law degree. How about that? Yeah. I was going to go to law school with him, and we talked about it at one of the board meetings. Did it and forgot me. Maybe you thought I wasn't serious. Oh yeah, I was serious. Yeah. Anyway. So, so Air Force One, you know, the VC-25A and the VC-25B, you know, it's a big, huge 747 configuration airplane, but it's not the plane as they're talking here. It's the it's all the top level security stuff involved, and the security clearances that you have to have in order to work on the plane, you know, because you go home at night with top secret security stuff about what the president's plane is going to be. So, you know, you got to get all kinds of clearances. Anyway, so here's President Donald Trump. Said he is considering buying a used Boeing aircraft. He's in a 757 right now. His own Trump Force One, which he called it, which he was using. There we go. Yeah. So he's considering buying a used Boeing aircraft and parking it out in front of the, you know, in a secure area, and let Hegseth and his engineers there in the you know, the Department of military. Let them enhance the plane with all the super duper fancy stuff. It's not the flying of the aircraft. Now they've modified it so that you know, the VC-25A, for example. There's several of them. Yeah, oh yeah, gotta have several of them. Can't have just one. You're gonna have at least two. They're beautiful. I mean, they're the military people that watch the plane got nothing better to do than get a rag in hand and wipe it off. Make it, you know, really beautiful all the time. Clean as a whistle. No smoke stains. No burn marks. Anyway, so Trump is going to consider sticking his nose in on that, because he's very unhappy with the way Boeing is not proceeding, and they're not proceeding in budget. You know, it's got to be in budget, particularly now since they're, you know, torching everybody else for being over budget. So that is, you know, what's going on. Let's see if this, there we go, let's clean it up. We have a new button. See, clean up over there in the left, bottom left. With that little orange arrow pointing to it. Now that means that I can use 2 fingers to expando this. And I should be able to wipe my fingers around this triangle, hopefully. No, it's not gone. All right, let's keep going. Giving you a little photo lesson here on how to delete that arrow in the middle of this photograph. Wow, not bad. All right, that's better. I mean, it's United States of America. But there you go. Got rid of that annoying looking triangle. Oops. Let's see. Put back on that. Okay, done. Enough of that. So the 35-year-old 747-200. Yeah, that's what they're working on. 30 years old, really? All those rivets. Expando, contracto, expando, contracto. You know, when you pressurize the airplane, you know, it gets those rivets. You know, they're aluminum rivets, and you got an aluminum skin, and you got to look at every single freaking rivet, because it's not a continuous piece of aluminum, although it's heavy gauge aluminum. Now they wish they had titanium, you know. If Elon Musk could design that sucker, forget about aluminum. We want titanium. Or stainless steel, of course it's heavier. I guess it's okay for a rocket ship, but it's not okay for a 747. Okay. So someone in the Trump administration came up with this idea. Let's give back a certain percentage of all this Doge wasteful spending, and we just slash it from the budget. And we'll throw it out 20% of our actual grab and send it back to the taxpayers. Why the hell not? They've been suffering inflation over the last 4 years to record highs of over 9%, 9.5%. Let's send back, you know, we could send back like upwards of $5,000 per taxpayer. Yeah. Don't send it to the migrants, okay? Just to American naturalized taxpayers. Do we have a list of those? Seems like I remember reading somewhere that there are like 90 million of those. On the fly math here. Let's say we have 95 million. That's 9 million. There we go, 95 million times, what's there, times 5,000 equals, oh boy, a lot of zeros on there. Well, the last three are on the wrong end of the decimal place, so. So that's 100,000. That's 475 billion. Okay, that's, you send everybody $5,000, all 95 million taxpayers, and that's 475 billion. Oh, that's real money. Whew. Gosh. Let's go back to photos. Yeah. Okay. What else happened yesterday? Yeah, Marilyn went to the doctor. And, crap. And, yeah, there we go. I wanted to show you this. Look at that. I got a prescription from Dr. Thomas Lubin, MD, for Enogen 1. I want one of those portable doodads, you know, so that I can travel. I can keep it in the car. Yeah, I want a car cord. And that way, if we go for a little road trip, I can have something. I mean, yeah, Medicare considers portable, you know, this 35-pound cylinder of oxygen. Are you kidding me? I can barely get it from the bedroom to the living room. Holds 2,000 pounds per square inch, pure oxygen. So you got a little regulator on there, turn it up to about 5 or 6 liters per minute. And I can suck on that in case I run out of my shoes, so to speak. Yeah. Let's go to NY Post. Covers. B. Where are we?
Right, Doge is fine. Doge is great in a lot of ways. You're seeing a lot of the cuts.
We don't want to go to the app. Yeah, it's right there. I'm not a robot. Oh, shit. Sorry.
In the scheme of what this government spends, it is pocket change. It is coins in the sofa cushions. And I'm all for finding them.
Bridge.
Changes have to be done by Congress.
That's a bridge.
There are some members of Congress on the Republican side who like to talk a good game about fiscal responsibility and spending cuts.
There we go.
All about Doge because
All right. New York Post. Covers. There we go.
their responsibility to actually make our spending system,
All right.
which is politically difficult. And there's not much of an appetite for that. So I'm glad that Governor DeSantis made that point because if you want real action in reforming government spending, it lies in the legislative branch.
Yeah, for years. Actually, one of your colleagues, Charles Cook, talks about this all the time, that Congress has abdicated its responsibility so much. And one of the things that will happen is, if you look at these things here, these are some 95 cancellations, just some examples. Food and Nutrition Service, 3-day leadership retreat in Atlanta, a Malaysia study tour, a facilitation service, and that kind of thing, the change in the couch, absolutely worth doing. But it will take Congress to cut a few appropriations bills, and we'll see if they're willing to do that.
Right, and as Charlie Cook has said many times, Trump cannot dissolve these agencies.
Wackadoodle. Yesterday's cover. It's wackadoodle. Who's he wackadoodling?
Scope of the agencies, but they can't disappear into the ether unless Congress weighs in and intervenes. And to your point,
Yeah.
Doge is being very successful
Pretty cool.
right now, I think, in finding
All right.
strong defense on the margins, on the periphery, and it matters
This is a dictator. So this is how I get the New York Post covers. So I go just like that, and then I do a print screen because there's a lot of pixels in an iPad. Yeah, lots of them. So done. Save the photos. There we go. I think that should be done. So now I can go over here to photos. Just say photos. There it is. Put a heart on there. I'm showing you all my tricks. There we go. Let's go over here. Black point. Turn that all the way that way. And on the color, we'll add a little color just so you know. And what does this little thing say? The Trump administration said yesterday it was pulling federal approval for the $9 congestion tax to get into Manhattan. A congestion tax? Really? So we're going to whack you for $9 so that you don't come into Manhattan. Or if you and your buddy were going to drive in separately, you drive in together and split the $9 charge to get into Manhattan. There's the Transportation Secretary, Trump saying, nope, we don't federally approve that plan, according to Secretary Sean Duffy, saying that the tax was a slap in the face to working class Americans and small businesses, small business owners. The NTA immediately sued to try to keep the toll. Yep. That's what happens, and it goes to the courts. And, all right, let's see. So we got a 1,200. So I just did a little. When you're looking at the photos, if I push up on the photo, look what I get. I get some information. It's a PNG file, which is an automatic. It's anytime you do a screenshot, it's a PNG file, PNG file, a .png. So, and it's a 1 megapixel. It's 1236 by 1365 pixels. That's 2.4 megabytes. Yeah. There you go. No location because I pulled it off my device right here in living color so you can see it. So this is the one I gleeped from this other iPad. 5 megapixel image, 2752 pixels by 2064 pixels, 9.9 megabytes. It's a whole screen capture. So they all have different sizes. I gleep them right off the internet. Yeah. That's Donald's airplane. The Donald. He was known as the Donald. Yeah. Could Trump really return Doge savings to taxpayers? An idea first proposed on social media has bubbled up to the White House and received President Donald Trump's enthusiastic endorsement. Take some of the savings from billionaire Elon Musk's drive to cut government spending and give it back to the taxpayers. Why the hell not? Give them 20% of it. You pay down debt with 20% of it, and the other 50% you throw in the general fund for next year's expenses, and you got a credit balance that you're starting with, for 5, 6, 7, 800 million, billions, whatever. All these little clawbacks, if you're not spending the money that's been allocated, so to speak, then you throw it back in the budget. Use it for next year. Next year is October 1st, by the way. September 30 is the year end for the federal government. That way they got 90 days, to get their, as they say, get their shit in order. Pardon the expression. Boys and girls. Get their stuff in order so they can go through an audit, test audit certain things, and then, write up, back pain. Yeah. Apparently something got me out of bed at like midnight one night. I don't know what is that. I went to bed early, and then midnight I wanted to get up and go to the bathroom, or I don't know. Or the kitty, this robo kitty thing, was stuck in the open position, telling me, change me. Yeah. It's a robo cat device. It's really quite amazing. Do I have it? Let's see if I have it on this side of the pad. Let's just type robo, R-O-B-O. What does it come up with? Info. I got a website here somewhere in here? No. Crap. Yeah, that's what I get. Contact. Let's go messages. Let's try this one. No. I wanted to show you a picture of it. Anyway. It's a globe that's sitting on a base. That's connected to a motor and a gear motor thingy. And the cat's has like 5 or 6 pounds, 7, 8 pounds of kitty litter in there. The litter is like shale kind of litter rather than granular. So the cats learn to go to the bathroom and that. Because it's something they can, where they can bury their business. How about that for buried their business before breakfast? Yeah. Any other B words you can think of. So they, at a very young age, they learn how to hop up into this thing and do their business. Yeah? No one's taught me how to teach the cats to go into the toilet. So we got RoboCat. Anyway, they do their business. They bury their business. And then within 3 minutes after that, then the globe starts to rotate. And there's a screen that captures the litter in a compartment in the top part of the globe. And the screen, it keeps on rotating. And then the bottom part opens up. And the poopies drop into the, into the drawer in the bottom part of the base. And it gets all the way, 270 degrees rotation. And then it rotates backwards, 270 degrees. And it does that all day long. Each cat goes to the litter box around 3 times a day. So you got 2 cats, that's roughly 6 or 7 times a day. The cats are doing their business in RoboKitty. Yeah. And you don't have to scoop anything. It is self-contained. The scoops get strained in the globe. They get strained out of the litter. The clumping of the litter around the poopies and the clumping of the litter around their pee-pee and the papa. Yeah. Anyway, so it's working fine. The drawer is almost full, so it has a signal lights on it, so it tells the humanoid friends that it's time to do something about the kitty thingy, because there's so many shale-coated excrements in the drawer underneath that you pull out the drawer and you have it lined with a plastic bag, of course, and you just pull up the strings on the plastic bag and put another bag down there, open it up, and then bam, bam, there you go. And it's good for another 2.5 days. Yep, so 3 times a week. You got a new bag put in the thing. So there's overlap week to week. So so for a 2-week period, you might have 5 times you replace the bag. It's not once a week. It's more than once a week. Let's say every 3. That is full enough to change the liner in the drawer beneath the globe. All right. If you have a cat and you want an indoor cat litter thingy, this is it. Cost you $700. Yep. Can't believe I can't find it here. R-O-B-O. Let's try that. That didn't go anywhere. No. That's it right there. It's lopsided. Now it's telling me to download the app. Oh God. Whenever we're on the air, it always takes longer than it should.
At least those were combatants. At least those were men that went to war. If there's an argument that we shouldn't have been there to begin with, sure. This is nothing like that. What happened on October 7th is more like a school shooting. It's an absolute massacre. And it's killing complete innocents for no good reason. And then to parade their bodies around in the coffins and play music and have their own children dancing and singing and celebrating the death of babies. The truth is, nobody else in the Middle East wants the Palestinians.
It doesn't look like that's doing much either. Well, got to log in. That's my email address. Passwords. Oh, Face ID. Network. Let's just log in, baby. There, of course. Okay. All right, well, I tried it again. Nothing ever works on live TV. You know that. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with Flip. My Flipboard. Flipboard is that's my daily newspaper. Forget Anchor. This 240 watt power bank is the bee's knees. Trump forgoes diplomatic niceties in strong attack on Ukraine. You know, Trump has given Ukraine a bunch of crap because they got to get off their high horse. So Trump is slapping them around a little bit. So to make Ukraine understand that, but for Trump sticking his nose in, Moscow, you know, year over year, we just wear out, you know, and Ukraine will just be a vast rubble, you know. Every building will be knocked down one by one. You know, they'll send over their cruise missiles and or whatever kind of missiles and just knock these buildings down one by one. People, 3 or 4 million people have already fled the country, gone into Hungary, Hungary. Yeah. So, some of the territory that Russia is occupying, you know, there's going to have to be a deal, and the border isn't going to go back to where it was 5 years ago. There's going to be a new border and Ukraine, and they'll probably pick up, you know, a seaport or two, and pick up some real estate. And then they'll reluctantly just withdraw, you know, and there'll have to be NATO troops that are put in there, NATO troops without USA, because Putin is afraid of the USA having any involvement being near the border of Ukraine and Russia. So, and we don't want to commit our troops, you know, to facing Moscow in the event that Putin gets frisky again. You know, it's pretty much common knowledge in the international community that if you've you know, that Moscow is going to be watching for who's in office. And if you're a weakling, if you're perceived as a weakling, guess what? Putin's going to, you know, pick off the next piece of real estate. You know? And Taiwan, you know, they're like, their days are numbered. Right? So, that's what's happening around the world. China wants to absorb, you know, Taiwan. And, you know, Russia wants their property back that was segregated from them after World War II. Ukraine's a big, you know, now you had a chance to watch over it for a couple of months or years, I should say. It's a big country. That's why Trump is saying, you owe us, you know, $365 billion. Show us where the money is. You know, everyone's walking around palms up in Ukraine. Yeah, you know, baloney. you got the goods, so you've gotten a defense from us. So you better get smart and find out. Give us an accounting of where that money is, or we're gonna grab all you suckers and shake you upside down and capture back, you know, a couple $100 billion worth of gold bars that you got stashed somewhere. We'll find you out. Don't lie to us. Lying is a federal crime. And I can tell you that, you know, 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, there wasn't, you all didn't have, you know, very, you weren't very confident about your own survival, which I don't blame you, because Russia will just wear you out. You know, they're just a big industrialized country. And they'll just manufacture more weapons, and they'll just start lobbing it over the border. When you guys are asleep at night, boom, you're going to go boom. And it's not shock and awe every night, but it's enough. So every couple of days, they annihilate another city. And they let everything calm down, because they don't want bombs to rain down on their heads. And anyway, Maryland, you know, just signaled me with their phone, waving, in the background of a picture, you know, picture perfect what I'm looking at. So we activate a camera that's close to her. Lo and behold, there she is. You got another bucket of bombs and more connectivity. So we don't know if they're.
President Trump touting the success of his immigration crackdown and the numbers back him up. Border Patrol Chief Mike Biggs told CBS illegal crossings at the southern border are down 94%. And then in the last week, agents have caught 285 migrants per day.
legal crossings across the southern border is down 94%. Yeah. We're not happy with that number because that means 6% are getting in. You know? So, and you know if they're jumping the border in the middle of the night, they're not the Ivy League bunch. They're not a bunch of Ivy Leaguers. No way. They're badass dudes that are jumping the border. You can rest assured of that. Yeah. I'll have to look up what's going on. What's that? Oh, there they go. You pull over in the car. Alrighty then. Trump's gonna start getting cranky because this Israeli thing is a mess.
Not welcome illegal migrants. As a result, when migrants from Texas were bused to Chicago and surrounding
I think they're gonna have a bombing campaign on Hamas and just
we haven't had the problems that other counties
knock them all down. Prisoners. Just start a bombing campaign at 2 o'clock in the morning, and every night just keep wearing them down. Every night after night, just keep knocking them down. And yeah, then they get frisky and they're going to try to figure out how to stop it because the country is calling them every 10 seconds. And they need to shut down the border. Yep. Deep seek.
Savings will be used. Now, Doge is proposing that a percent should go straight to Americans' pockets. And James Fishback is the Doge advisor. He came up with
So, the U.S. government is now sizing up what the mechanism could be to return some of this Doge money that they are clawing back from federal agencies all over the place. It's 100 million here, 200 million there. All of a sudden it adds up to be real money. Billions here, billions there. Sean Hannity had a list of them. It's about $500 billion worth of stuff that have been stopped. Well, let's reassign that to paying down the debt and paying off, the taxpayers who have been very patient. There you go, it's out of sight. You can just see the tip of my blue straw. I put a blue straw in there on purpose. So you can see the straw, but you don't see my Halloweeny stainless steel mug that Robin sent, I think. Yeah. I love those stainless steel containers. They're I think they're 20 ounce in capacity. So I can make a full 14 ounce serving of tea. I have a little tea basket that's in the shape of a Keurig canister thing. Those doodads you put in there with coffee, different flavors. Different vintage coffees, espresso type coffees. All Arabica. Anyway, I drink tea from India. Yes, I do. Pretty much every morning. Might have a cup of coffee made, on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. Yeah. But 6 days out of the week, I'm drinking warm tea and have a little handful of oatmeal raisin cookies. I mean, at least they're not chocolate chip cookies, right? Yeah. So, and a couple of days I ordered I ordered, I think, a late dinner of chicken lo mein, beef lo mein, chicken lo mein. I think I had my choice. I kind of like the beef lo mein better. And what I do is I have linguine made up. So in the bottom of the container, I put the linguine, and then I pour, the lo mein stuff right on top of the linguine. And then I shake it up. Rinse out the container so we save all the soy sauce from the wok made. Lo mein is an egg noodle, not a rice noodle, which is what, linguine is. It's an egg noodle. So I kind of almost like double the order because I mixed it up with a bunch of freshly made linguine. So that's what I have. I have about a container and a half left of that. Yep. So I'm going to have that. It's 9:40 a.m. Let's see. There's the clock. The official clock. 9:40, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. It's very accurate. It's hooked into the network. And the network by FCC, the Federal Communications Division requires that the network time is set to the National Bureau of Standards time. Like the atomic clock time. So that way everybody is on the same second. Now you can call it 9 o'clock here. You can call it 8 o'clock in Chicago. You can call it 7 o'clock in Nevada. And we get to the West Coast. Yeah. So I have a bundle of lo mein that's screaming for me to get in there and eat a little more of that. So how long have I been yakking here? 55 minutes. So it's been about an hour. I didn't cover a lot of the news. You get to the point where there we go. These photos. There you go. Remember, we got the New York Post. There it is. Live and in color. Trump kills Ocho's congestion tax. Says that's unfair to the working class. I'll say. Wackatole. You know the wackadoo? Yep. There's the wackatole. Yeah, there's Luigi Maggioni. My God. If that ain't an Italian name, I don't know what is. This is the Rodecaster Duo, meaning it's designed for a comfortable 3 microphone setup or 2 microphone setup for like an interview kind of thing, or you do it all by yourself, and you can add other music. Like here, I have the Epidemic Sound instrumental on a down here on a Safari application. I've got Epidemic running, and then over here there's a headphone output, which I got a wire, a blue wire, runs all behind here, goes up in here, and this is, you see the blue button right here? You can see, no, you can't see it. Gosh darn it. You can see, it's right down here. There's a blue button. Yeah, right down here. You can see the blue volume control thingies. Anyway, so I'll slide it up and down. Listen. Louder. Softer. Louder. And right where it belongs is right there. Yep, that is the yep. So that just, remember, we're streaming, so we have to keep something, we got to keep some water flowing in the pipe. So the instrumental, that's royalty free, so we can use it in the background. It's like in a dentist office. Got to have some background sound. Yeah. Even in our apartment thing here. I have Fox News coming through the speaker boxes around Alexa says, Alexis, play Sirius XM radio channel 114 Fox. Yep. And then I get the Sirius radio coming up on, let's see, I have a speaker in each bathroom. I got a speaker in each bedroom. I got 2 speakers in this huge living room, dining room thing, and I got one behind me. Computer, what time is it? Oh, is this computer or Alexis? Alexis, what time is it? I don't know. Should be telling us the time. Yeah. This is Bob. Boom! Yeah. Mangione faces judge for the first time since the December killing in the lobby, outside lobby of the Hilton in downtown Manhattan. 1 count of first-degree murder, 2 counts of second-degree murder, a count because he's got a, he's got a gun with a silencer. That's not supposed to have a gun in Manhattan. Yeah. A lot of good that does, right? Just, the bad guys have guns. It's the good people that don't have guns. Kind of makes your society, pretty nakedly, nakedly. So, Mangione faces the judge for the first time since the December killing in court this morning. Probably at 10 a.m., she starts looking him in the face. So they dragged his sorry ass out of jail, and he's going to face the judge. And then they're going to start proceeding to convicting him of first-degree murder. You track a guy down and pop out from under the bushes and shoot this guy and kill him in front of the Hilton. While he was walking around the city for his morning walk before he had meetings with people in Manhattan, Probably in that Hilton. Yeah. So, crazy what people will do. There's what some of my home page looks like on my phone. It's got the date, the day, the time. Yep. And you can see speed test, watch, clock, settings. And I got my photos, my maps. Amazon. Oh my God. We spend money on Amazon. Holy crap. Yeah. So, Luigi Mangione appears in New York State Court this morning. Facing first-degree murder charges. Third-degree possession of a weapon. You got second, third, and fourth degree. They come up with all these laws that he broke, which just adds to the counts that the jury has to deal with if they actually take all those counts to trial. And I guess they always do that. In case the crazy jury doesn't convict him of first-degree murder. They got him on video, for God's sakes. Running up behind this guy within about 5 or 6 feet. Boom, boom, boom. Then he run up and stand over the body and probably give him another shot. Finish him off. That's a guess. We only saw the one where he jumped out of the bushes. And right after this guy passed, and boom, he jumps out of the bushes and wham. Shoots the guy. Deader than a doornail. Yeah. That's it. When you're dead, Fred. All right, folks. It's time for a portion of my lo mein late breakfast. Most people are going to have a nice Friday lunch, but I'm staying in. I'm just going to have my leftovers lo mein from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I guess Wednesday evening I got the lo mein. Yeah. All right. Tomorrow. So I'll probably see you Monday. Howard, if you're there, hello, Howard. We have a special person. First name is Howard. He flagged me one time when I was walking through Flakowitz. Hey, Jimmy, I hear you on the listening to me. Yappity dappity. Yeah, it's like we're going out for coffee together. Oh, here's something nice. Look at those nice shoes. Going up to Washington to see my daughter. You know, on what is it? The 14th of March. 14th through the 17th. Fast weekend. Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. Yeah. So I'll be wearing my nice, either my nice new black, maybe my black shoes. These are dress shoes. The white bottoms, you know, they're popular. So, there's Optimus. Throwing a tennis ball back and forth. The stupid thing has the hand-eye coordination to catch a tennis ball. Two different times. You know, this whole Optimus thing with the robot, they're going to come out with. My daughter's been talking up with her friends. You know, about Jimmy being interested in Optimus. You know, for a couple $100 a month, how do you not do it? You know, Elon says he's going to throw him out there for the first couple of years at $200. So I said, you know, when you're out doing whatever you're doing, Optimus can be watching over me, you know, because I'll be in my 80s, and instead of hiring some legal immigrant to sit with me and take me, you always see the nice old men going to the breakfast spot with a Haitian lady. Not that there's anything wrong with the Haitians. It's, you know, legal alien. Nurse's degree. All this. You know, nothing. Just not being racial. Just being. You just see it all the time down here in South Florida. Particularly Boca Raton. You know, it's a wealthy area, and when the man or woman or both in the house get a little aged, Medicare, I guess, will pay, you know, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of assisted care. And a friend of mine up on the 9th floor, he's got, I think the ladies that they're, you know, 12 hours a day. I don't think it's 24, but it's 12 hours a day, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. He's got someone with him, and that costs money. Well, you could do the same thing with Optimus, essentially. Yeah, you may not want to talk to Optimus as frequently as you talk to, you know, some registered nurse that's sitting with you all day long. It's a human being that you can talk to, but you can talk to this thing and it'll answer you. You know, it's a neural network that's created in its brain. The brain is the processing capability of the computer that comes right out of the car. You know, the brain, the computer that's in the Tesla car is the exact same computer that's going to sit in, what do you call it, think it has to be. I don't think it can be a low grade network situation. It's got to be a very, very high end. I understand the computer board that's inside a Tesla is 20 to 40 times more powerful than your typical, laptop floating around out there. With, Dell and IBM and, these various companies that make laptops. Like Mac. I got a MacBook Air. This is, I have a silver one and I have this one right here, which is like space gray or whatever they call it. Yeah. So, I got backup MacBook sitting underneath my cocktail table. It's in reserve, waiting to, go out with Bill Morris and do computer things with spreadsheets and so forth that's needed for a project that we may be working on. As time passes, I'm doubting it, but who knows? I understand they're talking to institutional people. That's usually the kiss of death. Yeah. About this Mac. 24 gigabytes of memory. It's got an M3 chip in it. That's good. What else do we got? Version 15.3 of the Mac operating system Sequoia. Sorry. 15.3-inch screen at 2880 by 1860 resolution. It's got a tetrabyte of storage. That's probably the only weakness. Should have gotten 2 terabytes. 1 terabyte is plenty. Let's go back to that system setting again. You probably can't see the system setting. Yeah. Let's hit the about. And it tells us the serial number. It's under Apple Care Plus. Yeah, tetrabyte. And I have 700 gigabytes available of a tetrabyte. So I got plenty available. Yeah, so the tetrabyte is not so weak. Although I'm told that a lot of the people that are buying these MacBook Airs are putting 2 terabytes in. So an extra $200. I figured, you know what? I got enough. I sold stuff. What gave me the money to buy the backup MacBook Air. Very easy to operate, So I figured I need a backup for my radio station here in case this one goes kapooey. I got a second one. You gotta have 2, what the hell. One I have in a leather case that's sitting underneath the cocktail table. This one can fit in this leather case, I think. Not quite. But I put it up here to cut down the glare. All right. It's 10:02 a.m. Sorry, Bob. And I've been yakety-yak on air for an hour and 16 minutes. I went on air 15 minutes early today because I'm always 15 minutes late. And I was ready to go. There's Optimus catching the ball. Tennis ball. Yeah. I've seen videos where it's out there on the tennis court. Yeah. Good morning. It comes up on my iPhone every morning with the time, the temperature, and the smiley face. So, Cash Patel is going to be, well, he got sworn in. I don't know who swears him in. It's a Senate, head of the FBI is a Senate confirmed position. Yeah, so you got the cranky old Democrats out there poo-pooing everything that, of course, Trump is doing. And they look like a bunch of idiots. Yeah. They don't like, as Elon says, the people that are squealing the loudest about me looking into what's going on is the people that are probably on the take. There are probably going to be some indictments flying around with senators that are getting kickbacks. When you approve something that costs 150% of what it should cost, there's some money slipping around there that might be kicking back to the people that sponsored the law to begin with. You think? Yeah. No one will see it. Well, Elon's got upwards of 100 young people that know how to read and write, and they're going through this. And I think there are going to be some senators that are going to be indicted. Yeah. Because, they got to find evidence of kickbacks. But usually when you have overpayments like that, something is going to flow back, in the form of a kickback. Call it whatever you want. Okay. On that happy note, judge declines to stop Trump administration from firing people, in the executive branch. They can't stop him. That's his job. When you got too many employees in a row looking at each other, only 6% of the workforce was showing up to work. This COVID's long over. But no. These guys, there's the tip of my blue straw right there. Because I got my ghost cup. Nice. Yes, sirree. Nice and room temperature on the outside and toasty warm on the inside. Nice big fat straw. The kind of a straw that you'd suck a smoothie through. It's so big in diameter. No smoothies around here, but I have a diabetic kind of condition, so I gotta plug in one of these things so I can keep track of my blood sugar. I've had it off for about a week. It's time to reconnect. Yeah, I have it on for these things last for 2 weeks. I might as well open it up. How do we do that? We pull this little tab right here. Might as well go full screen on this. Yeah. There we go. One more. A couple more clicks. And this opens up. I happen to have a nice little alcohol pad stuck in the top of that. That's not provided by Abbott Laboratories. It seems like there was an alcohol pad in here. Not anymore. I had to buy my own little box of alcohol pads. Oh, and this tells you all, how it works. This is like Bible print. Look at the type on this. Yeah. Elon Musk is walking around with a chainsaw in his hand. So here's what kind of a maniac is going to read this? Well, I read it, of course, being the biochemist I am. And, caution this and caution that. It's an amazing device. It's inside of this applicator thingy. It's got a seal on it right there, as you can see. Out of focus, but yeah, that's a manual focus as opposed to a automatic focus. Yeah. Now we'll just fold this up and put it neatly in the trash underneath my desk, along with that little tab, and along with this box, which I don't need anymore. But this is, there's a Dexcon or something or other. There's a competitive brand. So this is the most accurate. Well, they changed the ad because I think Abbott Laboratories got after them because they're not the most accurate, I'm told, by the scientific community. It may be competitively priced, but it is not the most accurate. Abbott Laboratories has been making these. And it's the size of a penny. And it has a little, what they call a flexible thing that sticks in your skin to measure your blood. And it just, it has adhesive, and they wanted you to put it underneath the fat of your arm. Well, I don't have a fat, so I just stick it in my side of my belly, above the belt, about 6 inches from my belly button, and about 6 inches above my belt line, so it won't be in the way of my belt. Yeah. Your blood's your blood, right? It circulates everywhere, so you can put it in your thigh. Who the hell wants that sticking in your thigh? So I just put it up here. Keep it out of your way. Anyway, so that's all set for I'm either going to put it in today or I'm going to put it in I'm going to hop in the shower Friday or Saturday morning, or Saturday or Sunday morning. Take a shower, get all cleaned up. Sorry, Bob.
Mr. Payman, at New Day, we're 5 times more likely to give those veteran families the cash they need. You're more than just excited for it. You're an honor veteran. No one needs veterans like New Day Direct Bank.
I'm going to call up the oxygen people show them that I have a prescription. I should call up I'm going to call up the supplier in Miramar, Florida. I have the paperwork right here. Marilyn showed it to the doctor. He said, well, I'm going to go ahead and issue the prescription electronically. They have electronic fax. They think they can't do it on the internet. But like they don't allow each other to email. But Google or Gmail has gone through extensive testing. And Gmail is HEPA safe. With the way in which their networks are secure. It's all that. It's internet security. And hackers, getting all medical records. So they haven't figured out how to get into a fax machine. It's old technology, they don't want to bother. So they're hacking all the new technology. Anyway, so my doctor gave me a prescription. You can see it right there, sort of. Yeah. Scribbled all over this. So I have the phone number. See right there. You can see it right there. One Home Medical Equipment. There you go. 3350 Executive Way, Miramar. That's like 8-10 miles south of here. Yeah. So I'm going to call them up and send them a prescription. I want one of these portable thingies. And I want my insurance, Cigna Insurance, to cover it. Let's see what happens. Weighs 5 pounds. Let's see, Innogen Road 6. I'll find out from the oxygen people which is the lightest one. Gotta have a light one, a small light one. So when I go on the airplane, I have, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna behave in an airplane with, I'm gonna let's see. Okay. All right, guys. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, Raton. Say goodnight, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. Yeah. I'm going to go have some lo mein. And I'm going to call about this oxygen thing. See if we can get something moving. You all have a great day. It's Friday, February 22nd. It's 10:16 a.m. and counting.